Alright, and we're back. Well, we finally passed 400 subscribers, and the support has been amazing. I want to throw a shout out to MsTiffny for throwing a shout out to me. That meant a lot to me. Go check out her channel if you haven't seen it. I'll leave a link in the description below. Besides that, thanks again, and let's start the video. So here's Family Dollar. Yeah, they actually sell video games here, but no, not everything here is $1. Here we got some Titanfall, 13 bucks each. Pretty much a beer coaster at this point. FIFA 17, same there. Battleborn is even cheaper at Five Below, and it's even cheaper at GameStop, and hell, it's even cheaper just not to buy it at all. Here's this Darksiders Collection. I've never seen this. I loved the first game, but I didn't even know that was even released in that set. There's also this Assassin's Creed triple pack behind it. Mirror's Edge Catalyst. The first one was pretty cool. I've never played the second one. Some Madden, Mass Effect Andromeda. That game just bombed hard. Here's this Ghostbusters game. I don't know how that game became like the lowest rated physical release on the Xbox One, but it is. I don't know how. It's not that bad. It's not that amazing either. Here's another dollar and up store. This is kind of like 1/3 Dollar Tree, 1/3 thrift store, 1/3 like art gallery. This is the section that just has used DVDs. The section right behind it has used comic books. It's actually pretty cool. Here's that art gallery part that we were talking about. I didn't do too much looking over here, but the store is pretty impressive, and it's not a chain. So as far as I know, this is the only one. And then here's the other side that kind of has like the dollar store stuff. There's something there for $3. And as I'm turning around, I see some games back here. Then I look up, and there's just a copy of Resident Evil 7 just chilling, hanging out right here for $5. I've been wanting to play that game. And I'm like, yeah, there's no way the game is in here. Sure as hell, there it is. I could not believe that disc wasn't stolen. And then there's the game. Luckily, this is enhanced by the PlayStation VR and isn't required. I just happen to have the receipt, so there it is. And then next to it, here's that copy of the Darksiders Collection. I adored the first game. I loved it. The ending was spectacular, and the fact that they just completely squandered it with just changing the second game was lame. This comes with the first 2 games on disc and then the season pass. 13 bucks for a game I've never seen, that's cool with me. Here we are again at the Savers by my work during my lunch break. This is a Skylanders Portal, probably worthless. They're asking $3.99 for it, good luck. This is a GameStop branded 360 controller. Only issue with these is the buttons are insanely loud, like the sticks can literally be heard from Mars. Here's a replacement shelf for a 360 controller. $2 is not bad if yours is cracked. Here's a bag of the Wiimote protectors. $4 is still too much. My girlfriend's been wanting a copy of The Incredibles. I've been trying to find her one, but there are always these full screen copies, which I don't even know why those were even made in the first place because the movie isn't that old. Here next to it, luckily, is a widescreen copy. This is what I've been looking for. $2.99 with both discs and the slipcover is pretty good. This is a copy of Radiohead The Bends. This is my favorite Radiohead record. The last song on here, Street Spirit Fade Out, is my favorite song off of this CD. I'm just pointing it out because I love it. You should check it out. Here's the video game shelf. Nothing crazy here. There was a copy of Oblivion, this collector's edition. I was seeing if it had any of the extras, but literally it didn't have even the manual in there. Here's some Pops. I've been seeing Pops more and more. I'm not saying they're dying or going away or anything, but here's a nice little selection for $5 if you're looking to get into them. And here's the same shelf we just saw just a couple days later. Here's Dirt 3. I've been looking for this game. $2.99. I'm picking it up. Here's NCAA Basketball 09. This is the second to last version of the game before the NCAA series really got just destroyed. Here it says the games are locked up, which is nice because people steal them all the time. And then I always say to take a lap around the entire store. Here's the office supply section, and there's just a Wiimote here with an alarm clock and some old earbuds. $4 is a good deal, and this isn't a plastic case, but I have so many Wiimotes that, I mean, I don't need any more. Here's what I got from Savers. I ended up picking up NCAA Basketball 09 and Dirt 3. $2.99 a piece, and they're complete and in pretty nice shape. I finally found a copy of the Incredibles in widescreen or technically just regular screen format. And then here's the only pop that I picked up is the Hot Topic exclusive Deathstroke Unmasked from the show Arrow. And that's the stuff that I found at Savers last week. Here's our trip to the Salvation Army on a cold, crumb-bum day. There's Tales of the Abyss. That would have been a legit awesome find for $2.99, but the disc wasn't in there and the manual wasn't in there. It just wasn't meant to happen this time. Most of the same stuff we see regularly. That skate game I didn't notice on the 360. I'll pick it up next time if it's still there. This is some book on tape. Here we have Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and then on the other side we have Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I listened to that entire series on book on tape. Jim Dale reads them and he does an amazing job. Don't judge me. This is more like book on CD here, and my car has a cassette player, so I'm not really going to be able to listen to any of these anyway. Here's a kids section. We have Happy Feet up there, Three Ninjas, which is a movie I need to see, the Buddies movies. And then here's this Peter Jackson's Meet the Feebles. I've never heard of this movie, but I'm going to guess that someone thought this was a kids movie, and it isn't, so that's why it's over here. There's Princess Mononoke. Anyway, first thing I thought about was buying this and sending it to TortureVision, but I'm going to guess that they probably have already seen this, or they have it, or they've done with what they want to do and they've gotten rid of it. Here's some 10-footer games here. We got Alias. All I know about Alias is it's a show about a spy.
Alias is a show about a spy.
War of the Monsters is cool. Those covers are actually printed out. The Italian Job, I wonder how that is. And they have these $5 stickers, even though they say they're $2.99, so I don't know if they were donated with those or what. And then here's a section I've actually never seen. It's this kids section over here, and here is some knockoff Wii, the Zone 40. Featuring 40 built-in games, 11 sports games, 29 arcade games. You know that thing has to suck. The price is right though, $4.99. I mean, I don't want it, I don't need it, but they're not trying to scalp for it. Here's a GameStop. This game, Monster Madness, I don't know how many people know about this game, The Battle for Suburbia. We played this on 3 Pro Noobs. It honestly feels like a modern version of Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Here is the pre-order version of Kingdom Hearts 1.5. This is the HD remake or whatever, and it comes with like a book instead of a case. It's actually pretty cool. Here is Ratchet & Clank All for One. This game is a blast, 4-player co-op. It's so fun. Just if you haven't played it, get it. And then You Don't Know Jack. This is such a great trivia game. It's just really funny. The Jackbox is amazing. It's just a good game to own. The stuff that GameStop has on clearance right now is half off. So if you're into any of this stuff, I mean, it's becoming decent prices. I really want these Chip and Dale figures. $13 is absolutely ridiculous for this to even begin with. But my girlfriend and I love Chip and Dale. We went as Chip and Dale for Halloween one year. Chip and Dale has the best theme song out of all those cartoons. But anyway, these are now $6.50. I'm waiting for them to get it down to $3 and I'm going to jump on them. And just to show you that everybody is making anything they can now, I mean, this is like the Golden Girls Clue version. Like, why? I don't understand why this was even made. I mean, it's cool. Golden Girls was fine, I guess. There's the pieces, and maybe that's a thing. I don't know. All right, so here's Saturday morning at the flea market. It was raining, so not many people showed up. So if you ever wanted to know what just a dead flea market looks like, this is it. I'm surprised they even let people in because it costs $1 to get in here, but they had no problem taking everyone's buck. But there always is the inside part that you can go into. Now this one guy had these awesome Game Boy Advance posters. I love these, and I love the Game Boy Advance. He wanted 30 bucks a piece, and they're definitely damaged. Maybe I should have still gone for them. I don't know. They look great. The colors pop, and I just love the GBA. So here's the inside. It's even more dead than outside. Like literally almost no booth is open in this entire place. But this one booth was open, and it's one I've never even been into before. This guy wanted $1 on the CDs and $2 on the DVDs, but he said if I bought more than one, he'd give me the DVDs for $1. So, I mean, there was a stack of some Xbox stuff, some pretty cool stuff that I didn't have. And in general, it was in pretty good shape. Here we got Wolverine's Revenge. What else we have around here? Aquaman. That game is noted to be one of the worst games ever made, so I definitely want to try it. That Circus Maximus game I almost never see, Star Wars. So then here's just a stack of stuff that he had. I mean, nothing crazy. And then here's some busted old PS2s up here and an Xbox. This is another booth, and the guy said I could have both of these for $5, Wii Sports and NHL 97. These are the two games of the entire video that I should have left behind just because of their condition. So here's the 4 Xbox games I picked up from the other booth at the flea market. These were $1 a piece. Well, they came out to $1.25 because the guy said he actually wanted 3 for the games, but I could just give him a 5 for all 4 of them. That says movie ticket inside. It is not inside, unfortunately. Here's that copy of Wii Sports. I mean, this game needed to be buffed. And then here's NHL 97. I had to really scrub and clean that thing. I mean, it was filthy. So $5 in hindsight, I guess, isn't necessarily bad, but the condition they were in, it was too much at the time. But still, for a rained out day at the flea market, the finds weren't bad. Alright, so here is Sunday morning at the flea market. Everyone is out and about. This is what it's supposed to look like. There's people everywhere, shopping, buying, and selling. This flea market does cost $1 to get into, but luckily it's only about 3 minutes from my house, so even if it gets rained out or it sucks, I mean, losing $1 and losing 10 minutes isn't that bad. So this lady has this tub of games in here. They're actually in really, really nice shape. Like on the inside, they have their manuals and the discs are like immaculate. She said $3 a piece or 2 for $5. I should have picked up more from her, but the 2 that I got here with this Hot Wheels Cross Velocity, which I've been looking for. Let's see what else she got here. And this 1080 Avalanche, I mean, it was just in beautiful shape. Too nice to leave behind. Let's see, we got some 007 in there, some Tony Hawk. There's NBA Street. That game's pretty cool. I mean, some of this stuff isn't crazy, but for $2.50, yeah, it's worth it. Lego Star Wars, Boom Blocks. This is a game I should have picked up, but I didn't. This is NHL Hits 2003. Left that behind like a noob. But yeah, it's just good stuff in there. Here's that copy of 1080 Avalanche. I mean, the disc is just nice. It's like they've never been used. Here's a stack of 360 games. In here, they had the Halo 3 Collector's Edition, which I've been looking for. Guy wanted $5 on all of his games. There's Assassin's Creed, Halo 4. Some of these I can't even make out. I don't know what that last game was. But yeah, there's the Collector's Edition of Halo 3, has everything in it. And then I turn around and there's just this bin here of more games and movies. What do you have here? This is that Godzilla game, the Melee one for GameCube. I didn't have that, so I was going to pick it up. Fallout 3, I already have that game, loved it. If you haven't played it, definitely check it out. Resident Evil 0. And these games, this is a different vendor, but they're still, like, it's just in beautiful shape. There's NBA Street Home Court. I've been wanting to play that game. And look at that, complete. Final Fantasy X next to it. Some Harry Potter down there. Kira. There's an HD DVD stuck in there somewhere. But I mean, just like, look at that disc. So he wanted $5 a piece. I ended up putting 5 games up there, and he gave them all to me for 20 instead of 5 a piece, so it was all right. Here's that Tetris game with Star Wars. I actually didn't have that. It's probably one of the most common 360 games. And there they are. There's the 5 that I picked up from him. This other guy, he said all of his Xbox games were $1 a piece. There's Outrun 2. Spoiler alert, it wasn't in there. Burnout, there's Fable 2, there's a Lost Chapter. So $1 a piece on a lot of those being complete and in, I mean, decent shape. It's a no-brainer. I'm going to pick up a few. So over there you can see the BioShock Limited Edition. That version comes with the soundtrack, and it actually had a bigger box that came with a figure. There's Portal 2. I don't know why I didn't pick that game up, because I don't have it. He wanted $4 on the 360 games. Smackdown, Operation Genesis, which is like a fail. Look at how yellow that PS1 is. I don't know if it's the lighting in these glasses or what, but it just looks super yellow. This Dragon Ball Z, what is that, Burst Limit? It's funny because when I'm editing this, I'm just thinking, why didn't I pick that up? And then you open it here, and it's because it's not in there. There's Mass Effect 3 and the Season 1 of Dragon Ball Z in there. Oh, look at that. That's just a Halo 360 chilling there. She wanted $30. She didn't have the matching controller, but I was out of money at that point, and it was probably red ringed anyway. This would have been a nice find, this Marvel Superheroes, but it wasn't in there. And then, of course, I look just to the right of it. And there's another copy, and it's not in there. Neither of them. Here's just a bunch of Blu-rays thrown out on a table. I don't know how much of these were. I didn't ask. There's some pretty good ones in there. There's Tron, Harry Potter, Toy Story. I think that's Home Alone. I love how they say, like, plays on PS3. Like, that's such a selling point. Like, obviously it plays on PS3. There's some more Harry Potter. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. This is another one of those games where I was like, why didn't I pick up this Red Dead Redemption as I'm editing the video? Then I see the footage. And it's because it's not in there. That's why. But here's what I got the second day at the flea market. Blood in the Sand was $4. It was complete, though. And those regular Xbox games were $1 a piece. I've been really wanting that Burnout 2 game. These were also in the cases. I didn't notice them when I was going through them, but these games are so scratched that they won't work and they're not worth ever having them resurfaced. Here are the two GameCube games I got from that lady in the beginning, $2.50 a piece, and they are just in immaculate, beautiful shape and complete. These were the 5 Xbox games I got for $20. Oh, not just Xbox, there's actually some GameCube stuff in there too. And I'm just really psyched to have that Halo 3 Collector's Edition. So, great day at the flea market, and it's just fun to go anyway. I do want to get a hot dog one of these days from there. I made one more stop at my local game store on the way home, and he gave me these 4 games for $10. Don't you just love that pro wrestling artwork? And this quite cleaned up nicely, so it was cool to get that one. And then here is this game with no label. Let's all leave a comment below of what game you think this is, and in the beginning of the next video, we'll show it, and whoever got it right, I will send you something in the mail. If nobody gets it right, we'll do another contest next week for double the amount of prizes. So thank you for watching, and as always, stay nerdy.
Getting your nerd on, getting your nerd on, getting your nerd on.
I got a raging nerd on.